guys, welcome back to another Larry video. So honestly, this is probably the one truck that I've overpromised and under-delivered on, at least as far as the amount of content. Now, this is also the one truck that I will never sell, so I don't feel like I have to create a bunch of content on it in order to have it completed and sell it and, you know, continue the cycle that we do here. Kind of all goes back to when I was super excited getting the Outtakes 7.5-inch lift. Finally, you know, we bought the red truck because it had this lift on it. It was blown up. Turned out it had also been wrecked and extremely pieced back together, and so half that lift kit ended up not being usable. Then I finally found the kit that's on it, so then I ended up putting 2 leveling kits just because, I don't know, making content, making it huge, which it is freaking huge. It is 5 foot to the mirror. It is headlight height 44.5 inches. It's as big as the Duramax that has a 7.9 FTS. It definitely has more ground clearance. So Larry's a big girl, and I thought it was really cool at the time. You know, you got the couple other 10th gen guys on YouTube, Instagram and stuff that have the really big trucks. I don't drive it now. It rides like a freaking wagon. Larry, redemption arc part, infinity. Let's be honest. On top of taking those 2 leveling kits off, we also got to replace our lower control arm on the passenger side because the ball joint is clapped, and it's been like that for a little while. So I got a new one of those. We're going to be swapping that out. But first thing we got to figure out is how to get this thing in the basement, because the door is right under 7 foot tall. Larry is taller than that. So I guess I'm going to go see what the shortest 6-lug stock setup I have laying around. Probably the Trail Boss wheels and tires. I think that's the only one, honestly. Before I forget and start tearing this thing apart, let's go ahead and get a before measurement. So from top of the tire to bottom of the fender, it is right at 13 inches. So I'm guessing by the end, we're probably gonna be closer to down here 9, maybe 8-inch gap. We'll just have to see, but as she sits, about 13 inches. All right, let's go ahead and get this bad boy torn apart. Thankfully, this is one of, if not the easiest front ends to work on. It's very uncomplicated. There's not much going on. So start off with our sway bar end links, 9/16. I'm gonna try to not put any bolts in backwards or wrong. I'm joking. Y'all were totally roasting me in the leveling kit video on the F1 because I put those bolts in opposite. Whatever. I mean, they're still on there. It's not exploded. It's all right. But I can totally see why you would thread them through and then put those bolts on. But I checked the bolts, they didn't fit, so I was like, all right, well, this is weird. I guess they just used these on top. And that's what I did. But yeah, it is what it is. Lauren just got home from work. She is teaching summer school. If you don't know, Lauren is a school teacher. And she's on her 3rd year. And she's doing summer school, which you get paid really good to be a summer school teacher, but not good to be a normal teacher throughout the rest of the year, which makes no sense. Let me get this quarter pin out of here, Bob. Anyways, I said all of that to say she just got home. She came in, she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, well, I'm actually lowering Larry. And she was like, stop. I was like, seriously, stop what you're doing. Do not lower Larry. And I was like, I'm not really lowering it. I guess technically we are. We're maxing it. This is the max effort non-body lift 10th gen 2-wheel drive lift setup. Now, will I completely regret doing this? 1 1/16 on the bottom nut? Possibly, yes. I could totally. Am I just tightening? Yep. I could totally get done with this and be like, dude, we goofed. We goofed. Okay, so these just need to go in the trash. All right, that's 2 for the trash. Tools are dropping like flies. Manhandle. Handle it like a man. Let's go. Oh gosh. All right. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. All right. Oh gosh. She's free. At least our Fabtech springs are. And now for the lift coil spacer. It's like a 1 inch supposedly, but sometimes a 1 inch will make it go higher, whatever. And then this is a 2 inch. So they're fused together probably forever at this point. But yeah, it's 2 separate ones stacked together. And that's what was in here, and that's what pushed her down so far. So we're just gonna be putting the spring back in there and calling it a day. But I am gonna go ahead and swap out the lower control arm because this ball joint. So here's our new lower control arm. It came with bolts for the shock, so we got to tap those guys in there. But also it had this tag on it, focus, holy crap. Avoid premature wear, do not fully tighten bushings until suspensions at ride height. So don't go tightening your upper control arms, your lower control arms, everything. Literally everything. Don't tighten it fully tight until the truck is sitting on its own weight. Of course, snug it up, but then fully tighten it when it's on its own weight so that all the bushings are set at ride height, because if you crank them down in the air, they're basically going to be fighting the truck trying to get it back into that position, if that makes sense, which I've definitely been guilty in the past for tightening them down before I put them on the ground. So yeah, little reminder right here. If you're dealing with suspension control arms, wait until the truck is on the ground to fully tighten them. Hopefully my iPhone doesn't overheat again and we can get through the end of this video, but Larry went from squatted to kind of having a bulldog stance. I have not touched the rear yet, so it's still the Fabtech rear blocks. I say Fabtech, just a chunk of metal. But how the kit would have been put together. Right there they are in all its rusty glory. Still have the OG shocks on here, which I've been thinking about upgrading, but I don't know, they look kind of cool, old school, because just, you know, zone off-road shocks with the Fabtech kit. But yeah, the front end is like almost reversed good. Like, it's not even perfectly level anymore. These lift upper control arms are a little bit high. I'm debating on putting that rubber isolator leveling kit, whatever you want to call it, back on here just for a little bit more height. That way the upper control arms are a little bit more flat. They're totally fine, but they are they're probably made for a little bit more droop than that. But look at these freaking angles, dude. It doesn't get any more flat than that. I would say that the truck rides great, but it currently doesn't because, I don't know, I guess just because it doesn't have an alignment. And it pulls super, super hard to the right. I'll show y'all. It's like laughable how bad it is. It literally, if you let go of the steering wheel for like 2 seconds, you'd be in the ditch, wrecked. Not good. But yeah. Do I regret it? I don't know. I mean, it did look absolutely insane, but I know these wheels and tires are not staying on here. I kind of dig the stance, I ain't gonna lie. Certain angles. This right here, that tire, I tried to do the camber a little bit because it was bowed way in, as y'all saw, and now it's bowed out. I probably should have just left it and it probably would have been right. But I did say it was gonna be at 9 or 8. Were we at 13? We're at 12. I don't remember. Either way, there she is. 9, almost 9.25. So 9.25 now. Definitely dropped it a lot. Let's check the rear. Be 10. So we'll probably end up either putting the drop shackles in or maybe putting that rubber isolator on. Long live the 10-foot CB. Gotta love it. Boys, I totally forgot how freaking loud Larry is. This truck is just downright ridiculous. It is stupid loud. Stupid. Ignorant. I'm going to quickly release the steering wheel. Oh my God, bro. Instant wreck. Not even joking. I've never driven anything that pulled so hard to one side. If y'all thought Larry was loud in drive, let's throw this thing in reverse. It's just clap wagon. Just the most clapped out. I'm holding the brake to make it a little more dramatic, but dude, we spinning the freaking tires? Larry, you wild. Oh, dude, I did tear up the grass, didn't I? No, not the grass. Larry, it's just too powerful.